Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Create Your Wealth. It has been some time that we spoke and I felt it's important for me to continue my journey of educating you about the investment, financial planning and getting you insights from various authors who have written prestigious very good books which gives us knowledge, and it's important for me to transfer that knowledge, right? So the plan is I will read, you will have two versions, one in English and one which will be in English and Hindi together, right? So this is my English version. So I have picked up the book Stocks to Riches. This book has been written by Parag Parikh. He is giving a very beautiful insights on the investor's behavior. He says that it's important for us to have the basic knowledge of how the money grows for us to achieve our financial freedom. Investing is like putting money to work, unlike gambling, which is governed by the universal law of farming. What you sow today cannot be reaped immediately tomorrow. This book explains what real investing is, investing strategies one can adopt. Today, equity is preferred asset class due to the inherent tax efficient character. Understand, guys, this book has been written before 15 years, and hence at that point of time, long term capital gains was zero. And the author was promoting us to go for long term capital gains. The insight which I want to give you over here, being in the financial market, are always educating people on financial freedom. What I feel is that even if you have to pay a 10% long term capital gain, it is that amount which you're paying out of your gain, right? So if you are making 10,000 rupees, out of that, paying 1,000 rupees to the government is not wrong at all. Instead of thinking that okay, why should I pay to the government, you are ending up not gaining that 9,000 which you would have gained if you would have not if you would have invested, right? So in the greed of saving that 1,000 rupees of paying to the government, we are losing the opportunity of gaining that 9,000 rupees which we would have gone received out of long term capital gain. So I hope the concept of paying the tax is never wrong, right? Today, equities is the preferred asset class. Hence, we focus on equity investment in the stock market. Stock market, why are we so interested about stock market? Why are they so unpredictable? You remember March 2020, yeah, the COVID fall. Most of the markets across the globe had seen a major crash. But I would say it was a healthy crash because the markets have been growing for the last 10 years. The last crash happened in 2008 when we had the Lehman Brothers issue. And we have seen that after that crash, market had only recovered with a roaring speed, right? The fear and the greed part is what we need to balance out. So let's understand certain scenarios and understand these questions, how it can help us. Why are we unable to understand how they behave? Stock market volatility reflects the behavior of its participants, that is, the investors. Investors react differently when they become part of the herd. We try to understand this human behavior and become aware of certain behavior anomalies and how we think make us take decisions that are against our financial interest. Because our friend feels that the market is going to crash, we go ahead and disinvest from our mutual funds, we disinvest from our stocks and incur the losses, right? At that point of time, it's important for us to understand the things rationally. If you would have sold your stocks or mutual fund in the month of Feb when the markets did not crash, you would have definitely got a good amount in your pocket. But we decide to make that action only at the end of March or in April 2020 when the markets have already crashed, and then we say that we are not getting good returns, right? Understanding behavior finance, which is an important subject which is being taught in some of the financial institutes. Let's understand how it works, because humans are same. The hunger for growth and the hunger for success is the same whether you are in US or you are in India. How this financial behavior can affect the market is the key to a successful investment strategy. Wearing the cloak of patience, unsuing greed, conquering fear forms the basic of these strategies. But behavioral finance goes beyond commonly known principles. It helps us in understanding the intrinsic mechanism of the smartest individual reflexive actions. Yet it dooms response into the capital market. The author over here wants to tell us that though it looks very simple, that I need to be patient, I need to conquer greed and fear, these are very simple topics to listen to when you are not invested or when you are a third person. But when it is your own investment, you use your own reflexive actions of fear or fight or flight, right? And then we feel, okay, I can't fight with the market, so let me execute the flight command and exit from the market. In fact, that's not the correct decision. I am neither an economist nor an academician. I am an investor. I am a stockbroker, a financial planner, and a money manager. My knowledge is due to the formal education in the field of behavioral finance from the course Investment Decisions and Behavioral Finance at the Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University. My extensive study of the work of scholars, economists, academicians in various fields of investments, money management, and behavioral finance. These includes great thinkers and scholars who have been influencing this world and the world of human behavior. They have written good theses of understanding how good fortunes and how do we interact with it. To this, I have added my unique perspective, viewing the activities at Dalal Street through the behavioral finance lens. Right? So, we'll continue the remaining in the next chapter. Thank you for staying with us.